In the year 2000, global leaders met and promised to reach 6 education goals by 2015. They wanted to ensure that everyone would be able to exercise their basic human right to education, no matter their age, gender, ethnicity, family income, their disability status, or where they live. Despite this commitment, around half of the world's countries have failed to ensure that all their children go to primary school, though a further 10% are close. And just a third of countries have achieved all the education goals with measurable targets, most of them wealthy countries in North America and Western Europe, while the countries furthest away were mainly poorer ones. Despite huge ambitions, 121 million children and adolescents currently remain out of school. Inequality remains high, with the poorest children 4 times less likely to be in primary school compared to the richest. Out-of-school girls are far less likely than boys to ever go to primary school. And it is not just young people who are missing out on education. At least 781 million adults, nearly 2/3 of them women, lack basic literacy skills. In sub-Saharan Africa, half of all women are denied the right to literacy. And yet, despite many countries failing to meet the deadline, progress has been made. Thanks to increased progress over the decade, 34 million more children have gone to school, and 20 million more children will have completed primary school that wouldn't have if earlier trends had continued. More could have been achieved if countries had made education spending a bigger priority. All countries must spend the recommended 15 to 20% of national budgets on education, and the international community must renew its commitment and bridge the $22 billion annual funding gap from now until 2030. Programs must be developed to meet the needs of girls, migrants, the poor, children living in conflict zones and emergency situations, children living in rural communities, and children living with disabilities. When countries meet at the UN in September, they must advance an ambitious education agenda to ensure that all children can exercise their human right to education and contribute to a more sustainable world.